if your computer is handling what you're doing, why the fuck would you need a whole new that you don't need a new computer, you just need to upgrade its software. This is again why he won't come on for an interview. Deadman, how are you? 100% Chevron. He's just too stubborn and lazy to do it. Then he expects me not to call him out for get the hell out of here, dude. Stop.
That's the best case scenario here. Is I buy a new computer where all the components are set up and working with the current Windows, not trying to upgrade.
Yeah, because you also don't want to put any thought in. It's not like you work on a platform and make a living on a platform where you literally can find a tutorial for anything. You could probably find a tutorial for figuring your asshole on here. Let's just keep it real. And you don't want to do it. You just want to plug it in and have it work. Yeah, he's on Windows 8.1, which isn't it like in a couple days going to be unsupported too? Yeah, and if he has, that's a good point. I've heard a very good point, T-Prade 21. If you have 8.1, you can just upgrade. You don't even have to spend the $20 and get a key. Oh. Phil is a clown. He abuses Saul. And the thing is, no matter how much he hates me, I'll never hate the guy because I don't have it. Like, he's genuinely entertaining. Yeah, that's it. In like a couple days, 8.1 is also a memory. So congratulations, you updated to a barely relevant operating system for like 48 hours, Phil. Hobby, it's laziness. That's what it is. He doesn't want to think. He just wants it to work. He should just go back to Windows 3.11. Could you imagine? God, nostalgia. I remember putting a song on a floppy disk, had to like compress the living shit out of it. It sounded like it was going through a phone, but I was just blown away that I had a song on a floppy disk in Windows 3.11. What? Thank you for being a member of a fucking nightmare like this. That's so... Oh my god. People are like detectives of his hypocrisy and thinking of shit that I'm not thinking of. Yeah, he's so worried about, like, Rich, if we have this interview where we can only talk about games and nothing else, are you going to have a VPN? Are you going to have this? Are you going to have that? Are you going to hire me, the Secret Service to be surrounding my house while you're interviewing me? And he's on fucking an outdated operating system. And he wasn't even on Windows 8.1 until Windows 8.1, until, like, he was essentially forced to, I mean to say. Yes, I heard, and that'll probably be tomorrow night we watch it, or I think me and Jay are going to be roasting Keemstar. I can't wait. That's going to be fun. Windows 8 was awful. Oh, yeah, it was so fucking awful. That's because they were trying to do the whole tablet bullshit. Everyone thought that tablets were going to be, because the iPad came out in 2010 and it was more successful than anyone imagined. And then everyone tried to jump on the bandwagon, including Microsoft.
After 8.5 years of constant use, and just praying that everything that's in my computer will just work with Windows 10 with no issues.
The older it is, the more of a chance there's drivers. I'm telling you, I would almost 100% guarantee, not 98%, live stream. I have never once used Chrome OS. I have had no interest in Chrome OS. Yes, 7 was 100% more stable than 8. I love Windows 7. I mean, now going back to it, you would feel its limitations more so. But shit, Windows 7 going from Vista, oh, well, it was like a dream. My PC randomly makes itself crash and it auto updates when it restarts, even though I turned that off and select. Sounds like it could be a hardware issue. I know that There, that's like an excellent diagnosis, Rich. But okay, here's what you got to do. When you get a blue screen, now I think they even have a QR code where you can scan the QR code and it'll tell you what the error code does, or take a picture because it kind of goes fast, get the error code, then you can type it into Google. What are the two options? That will lead you in the direction of what it could be. Hopefully it's not hardware, but there's a very good chance it could be. The code will lead you where you need to kind of look.
I don't have a week to not make content for you guys so I can troubleshoot my computer. Alright? I don't.
Wah, wah. Phil.
This is what would happen if that happened. The hell?
Also, too, let me look it up.
Someone saying if your new capture card's worse.
It's Philception. DSP reacts. First off, he's reacting to something. But remember when Phil said he was making fun of people for making, like, the faces, like... Like, you can't... The hypocrisy. The lack of self-awareness. What is that, Phil? What is that? That's the exact face you were shitting at other people for making. Remember he said? You were watching it yesterday. Remember he said these faces? We're like, oh, all those streamers and YouTubers who make these faces. What's that face? Oh, God. He is a man.
This is what would happen if that happened. What the fuck?
Yeah, you should get a stream deck, Phil. Even if you get the cheapest one, like the mini, just have 6 sounds on deck. How many buttons are on the smallest one? I don't even know. Who cares? Even if it's 2.
It stopped working. Seriously?
Yeah, Phil, where'd you get that from? Dollar General?
You piece of crap. Well, that was short-lived.
His audience sent one? But, oh, wait. I know what it is. He's on an outdated... So he has a stream deck that his audience sent him, but he's not using it because he's too lazy to upgrade his operating system. So instead, he went to a bodega to pick up a sound machine. Sure! Maybe he got one of those... Maybe he got one of those sandwiches, too. Phil got a soundboard the Aki way. First, we put the soundboard on the grill. Then we get pancake batter. It's like, what?
Maybe I would open it and mess with the batteries. Maybe one of the batteries is loose. And the thing wasn't that good to begin with, quite frankly. So I guess we're not using this anymore. Wow, that lasted what?
Everyone says all of his concoctions are banging, though. So, gotta be a reason, not just, OnlyFans, Jesus Christ. Not just TikTok that people are going there. Rich, thank you for your loads you sent to me. Listen, shove a ribeye down your mouth and shit out a log and clog the toilet. Let's go, right now. The health inspector doesn't care about you eating fatty food. The health inspector cares that the place is clean. And it looks pretty fucking clean from the videos anyway. Yes, this is your video, dude. This is the video I was asking you for. You didn't even realize you had it because we were saying you're like the CNN of Phil. You're uploading like a video every hour.
What, 3 weeks?
Hire Erin Burnett to cover it. She's actually hot, though.
Nothing. Piece of shit.
Yeah, use
If I were to open my PC to Windows 10, this is what it would be like.
Oh, wait, he played me. I will give him that. Okay, you still should use your Stream Deck. That takes nothing away. It is absolutely insane that you are just holding up to a microphone instead of using a piece of hardware that you have. You did get me. That was well played, Tom. I'll give you that, Phil. I give you credit when credit's due. Thank you for the person that tipped me on Cameo. I'm actually still getting a surprising amount of support. If it keeps going like that, I may just keep the price low.
See? Slapped the shit out of technology and it works. I'm not kidding you. This has worked with me a lot.
Oh, he was being... Okay, never mind. Listen! Get in the top bunk with Jay while the birds. Watch the incident of May 1st. Tell Phil how to upgrade Windows 10 to Windows Breast 10 while he's masturbating. Oh, the camera's on. The camera's on the whole time. We got a whole
Hoping Steven Crowder
just look. Oh man, I want a woman to stare at me how Phil is staring at that chicken sandwich. With the lips, I have that sound clip too. And Jeremy Rubenstein, I am so stoned that I actually almost forgot. I almost forgot to get your sound effect. I almost ripped you off. Accidentally. Devour. Oh yeah, I almost forgot too that we were still on the Phil picture.
A lot of times in my lifetime, I don't know why, but if technology's not working, I say, fuck you, you piece of shit! And apparently I made some money. Anyway, it works now. No,
What about you? I'll check in a minute.
Slap it around in the back. Okay. Anyway, if the technology just...
Or you could have, taken out the battery and made sure it was seated properly. But no. But he would be running out of the room screaming and there would be smoke behind him. That is absolutely what happened.
Brown, show him who's boss, and you'll get it working again. That's what you'll learn today from the Level 1 podcast. Very nice. Okay. So.
Okay. Let's get Jeremy Rubenstein's sound. First off, we get the link. Sure. Then you open up 4K video download. I don't know if I'm doing his voice right, but fuck it, we're going with it. And then the fucking software doesn't open. Oh, there it is. Every fucking time you want to update. Then you paste the link. Alright, I'm done doing that voice. I'm too lazy. Alright, we're going to extract the audio. This thing, I do install the updates eventually, but this fucking software has an update like every 2 minutes. It's like, remember iTunes used to be like that when it still existed? Fucking drove me crazy. Literally every time you opened iTunes, I'm like, no, I will update, but not today. You have an update every time I open this fucking software. Rich, this DSP is a specific kind of man, I agree. So, now we got... Oh, great, thank you, SoundForge, for opening. So now we show the folder. Then we see my Force Cream Pie video collection. Just kidding, I do not have that.
I just peed in my basement.
And then we look for Philip Burdell's sound, because he is a man. Yes. Okay, let's find it.
Find to the scene device.
who made this. It's Merkeet. It's in the description, dude, of this video, of this stream. You could literally go right to it there. The issue with Phil on Windows 10 is a repeat of the camera in front of, he will kick and scream till he has no choice but to upgrade Phil's. Yeah. And it hurts his show. Phil, you're literally hurting your own show, too. You can't use the Stream Deck as a soundboard. You're dealing with stability issues because you are on an old operating system. Maybe there's some other hardware issue, but I doubt it. Anyway. I think it stops here. Wait. Are you enjoying your sound? This is hell. This is fucking hell. You like hell? Okay, I'm done. Okay. Stop! Okay, we got it all. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to cut it. Paste special. Paste the new. Okay. We're going to wave hammer it. Now I've got that punch. Where the fuck is my mouse? I can't see it. Oh, here it is. So we'll do a fade out. What the fuck? Oh, the loop. And here you go. All right, it's great. Okay, so now we go in and get that sound. From the Stream Deck soundboard. Film MMA. Is it actually in? Yes, here it is. Yeah, fucking tits could go. Fucking tits could go. I'm over that clown anyway. As I'm sitting here shirtless, according to the clown. He is a clown, though. And here we go. Here it is.
Congratulations.
What an awful full sound. Okay, so we got more Phil. Here's Phil to tell you more. Wait. First off, I hope this is a troll, because if you're asking Phil this, Gary from the Vault, Magic 8 Ball, will I get myself a girlfriend in 2023? Phil's 8 Ball is not. Don't ask him your future. Do not trust Phil's 8 Ball to tell you if you're going to get pussy or not. Oh, wait, we're not on this. Wait. I hear it. The most annoying soundbite on your soundboard. Why do you think I made someone pay for that? Can I get 607 Baba Booies and 4? You can. Whoa. Baba Booey, 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 Baba Booey. Cucumbers. Breasts. My streams are fucking bizarre. They're very strange. So anyway, here's Phil.
All right, schedule's done. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to address YouTube drama. So,
I thought you don't like addressing YouTube drama, Phil. I thought you want to stay away from that. You're different. I understand he's talking about like demonetization, so it's not like, but I thought this is the shit you'd like to stay away from. What is it? Because it's in your pod. Christ almighty. I can't. Can I get 10? Yes. Do I still have the yes? Yes, I do. Yes. What the hell's going on? By signing into his stream, and that's the first thing you hear. I have no regrets.
in the last 24 hours, you may have noticed one or more major YouTubers start to come out.
Magic 8 Ball, I get myself a girlfriend in 2023. You might not, you don't see it yet. Fuck, wait.
And cover a interesting topic on the site. What has happened is, I believe what people were saying last night it was moist critical. I don't know because I personally have not.
Yeah, see it? Look. Magic 8 Ball, will I get myself a girlfriend in 22? Good luck.
Seen the video from Moist Critical?
If you're asking Phil that question, no. Volume is at 100%. Is that 100% Windows? Let's check. Yes.
Has made a behind-the-scenes change that no one knows about. And this change has made it that the monetization of videos is dramatically different. And tons of videos are now that used to be able to get monetized by YouTube so you can make money on them are being demonetized. Okay? And I guess what they're saying is that the catch that YouTube has now instituted that didn't tell anyone about.
Time for your daily dose of Phil. Just Magic 8 Ball. Will I get myself? Why? Maybe they're trolling. I'm hoping they're trolling. Abby will get to your Streamlabs in a second, dude. I know it's going to be an emotional roller coaster. A Streamlabs from Abby is always an event. Thinks people will take him. All right, hold on. They're speaking common sense. That's probably another reason why he moved to Washington State. I think you mean. So he can go away from people and stay in his bubble. Bubble.
You take the bubble to shut him up your fucking ass. How about that?
Thank you, Abby.
Breasts.
How much to shove Bruno down your pants for 60 seconds? Oh, I'm out of money for that. That's literally no. Keemstar would unretire from drama alert. Rich of Review Tech USA dyed my beard and put a dog down his pants. Rich Birds, will I get a girlfriend? Yes, you will get a girlfriend. It will be a bird. Or a woman dressing in a bird suit. She'll be a furry. Or a feathery, whatever the fuck they are.
Is that if you swear, meaning you say a curse word, all right, or strong adult language, all right, within some kind of a criteria, your video will auto-demonetize no matter what.
Oh shit, I can put my shirt on. That is true. I said till 8:08. Tonight will be a plenty of pissing night because I drank gallons of shit and I barely ate dinner. I had a protein bar. So everything that's going down one hole is going to come out the penis hole. I am going to empty that penis hole real quick. Protein bar was delicious though. It was a coconut protein fill. Feed me this chicken. That's fucking, I'm telling you. If I had this screen my way, we'd be staring at that till 3 a.m. Chicken breast. Girlfriend didn't get the notification. Well, you know what? That's fucking weird. But not surprising. But I'm streaming right now as I'm sending this to you. I got the drip going. I got the tip. So the birds will also get girlfriends. The birds are going to give plenty of sex. All of the birds, the horse is going to help them have sex. I don't know how. I didn't mind dyeing my beard. It just was kind of messy. So I'm like, I don't really care. Because I don't personally care that I'm gray. It actually just looked better on camera. But, fuck it. It's not like it's made that much. It's not like I'm, oh, look how sexy I am now. Fucking cares. House Speaker election was as they voted 4 times. Dems voted for Jeffries, but in the end, McCarthy only got 202 R's. Rest voted for Jim Jordan. John, I have no idea what's going on. I should. I'm wrong for not. I already have enough stress in my life, and following politics just stresses me even more. No, I don't. Much you can get. How many would you like?
I'm not gonna put it in a bottle and breastfeed it to you. I'm not gonna put it in a bottle and breastfeed it to you. I'm not gonna put it in a bottle and breastfeed it to you. Breastfeed it.
Oh yeah.
And
Wow.
and
Oh yeah, turns me on.
was Phil beating off to A, titties, B, ass, or C, BDSM? Can I get a... Oh no. Oh no. this? Remember, he is an adult entertainer. That doesn't sound right either. That sounds like he's beating off on OnlyFans. I love how nice and stable our government is running right now, John. Makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside.
All right. Now, it's funny because I've told you guys over the last few years that I've watched various people on YouTube dance around wording. For example, if someone is being accused of, I'm about to say it, ladies and gentlemen, sexual misconduct. If someone is, in hot water for that in a news story or the law, they're being prosecuted for it, all right? Basically, people who are telling the story will change the words. I've actually heard, like, the quartering says spicy something something or spice.
Oh, yeah, the quartering has the most ridiculous dodge words. He actually is right about this film. Rich eats ass, USA.
You get a sweet taste of ass.
He actually is right about this, like news stories. Unless it's like gaming stuff where I'm actually interested in it. The stuff I was interested in, like talking about EDP and like drama like that, like I'm genuinely interested in that shit, but I can't talk about it. So Phil, my point is, Phil isn't wrong here. Like, it's always been a thing. So why people are like, oh my God, swear in the first date. Like, you really couldn't swear in videos anyway, anywhere. So why are you shitting yourself now?
PC content or something. I've heard them, like, try to say stuff like that.
Father, I can tell there's sexual tension between you and the horse. There is. Just give in to your desires and promise I'm not taking more stick in the ass. I've seen how that ends.
To try to avoid the wording. Because they're afraid that if they say the words, they'll be demonetized. Okay? Now, here's the deal. First of all, I've now been on YouTube.
Oh, no.
Almost 15 years. In reality, I have been on YouTube for 15 years because I started in 2007. But most people don't know that I barely uploaded. It was just between some Street Fighter tournaments. I didn't regularly start uploading until the fall of 2008. But now, I've been on YouTube for...
knows how to do layouts, but yeah, you said that before, Robbie. Yeah, he does.
Almost 15 years, all right? I have seen every possible thing happen with YouTube. And I was on YouTube before you could even do half the content that's on the site. You get blocked or kicked off the site. You couldn't monetize anything back in the day. You tried to put ads on it, it was rejected, can't do it, okay? I was on the site when, videos were 10 minutes long. You couldn't even go longer than that. Anyway, I digress. What we're basically seeing happen on YouTube, all right, is YouTube is trying to actively change the site to become more attractive to businesses. Now, I want you to think about this. You own a business. You want that business to get effective advertising. So you want to purchase a block of advertising from YouTube as a site, right? I want my ads for my business to run on appropriate videos, correct? So, let's say, for example, you own a used car dealership out of Toledo, Ohio, and you purchase a block of advertising.
Where the fuck did he get that from? He is making sense, though. But where did he get that one from? Let me tell you something. A used car dealership in Toledo, Ohio would fucking put their ads on porn. Tea in your backyard. I'll check it out. By the way, Cosme.
You say, hey, YouTube, I would like you to run ads for my used car dealership on appropriate videos for people in the appropriate demographics, in the appropriate geolocations. Can you do that for me? YouTube supposedly would be able to do that. Supposedly. And the reason I say supposedly is because usually it's not. YouTube acts like it's smarter than it is. It's all run on algorithms. There's no humans actually typing in, oh, okay, program this in and have this run on these videos. It's an algorithm that runs and tries to determine appropriately where those ads should be placed. And it's hilarious because there were times years ago, I never see this anymore, but there were times many years ago where you go to watch an ad or you go to watch a video and ads would play, and the ads would be completely off base from the video you're watching. You're about to watch
Yeah, that's true.
the top 10 gaming fails of a year, and it's an advertisement for what if you got into a car accident and you need a lawyer. Like, what is this? This completely has nothing to do with what I'm watching. This doesn't even know.
Well, that's kind of a weird analogy, Phil, because people may get into accidents that watch video game stuff. You know what I mean?
Apply to me. Why would I care? Right? Or you're watching the hottest toys countdown of the year, and it runs an ad for, life insurance for elderly people. The hell is it? This is what YouTube would have a problem with. They'd get a bunch of ads purchased from a company, and they would not have the appropriate way to divvy those ads out properly to an audience. So it was ineffective advertising. And when YouTube, over a decade ago, used to be rolling in money, there were advertisers who were
Phil's nipples are protruding.
throwing millions upon millions of dollars at YouTube for advertising. But after a year or two of doing it, they realized the advertising was completely ineffective. And over time, less and less
Advertisers, the site wouldn't be able to grow. It would be gone. Alphabet, Google, whatever you want to fucking call them. I know Alphabet's the parent company. Would have dropped YouTube like a log of shit if it wasn't at least breaking even. No, they aren't leaving. Yeah, there was the adpocalypse, but what YouTube did to appease the
case in point would be the adpocalypse in 2017 when major companies like Starbucks and Walmart and all these giant companies that were throwing these insane advertisement campaigns towards YouTube pulled them all overnight, okay? And that's when the adpocalypse happened, and that's when all of a sudden YouTubers said, well, I can't make a living just on ads anymore. Now I gotta have sponsorships, I gotta have product placements, please pledge to my Patreon, please buy this junk, shill.
Oh, God, no, here we go. Phil is the only non-shill. Begs for money. Phil is the only one who doesn't do the over-the-top faces in thumbnails. Does a totally over-the-top face. Oh, this man is a treasure. Why It's a Gundam has not made another video yet. There's so much.
Chill, okay? And basically the website hasn't been the same since. Now, let me ask you a question, okay? Why do you think?
I can't stop staring at Phil's nipples. I know that sounds really bizarre. It's like they have hypnotized me. I am hypnotized. Thank you, Cole Wolf, for becoming a member. Thank you. It's just
YouTube content creators would all of a sudden be freaking out at YouTube, right?
It's kind of like this one time I was watching a video from Pat Contry before we hated each other, and like his nipples were like I thought he was gonna slash Ian's face with them. And just before people talk shit, in the comments, people were talking about Pat's nipples. They were like, "Yo, you got some S tier nipples today, Pat?"
Now and saying, "Uh-oh,
I'm doing okay, McQuackery.
Everything's getting demonetized." I'll tell you why. Because the kind of content creator that's complaining is the kind of content creator that sits around and puts out 1 or 2 videos a day tops. I hate it.
Oh no, he's going a different route with this. I thought here the thou route. I am here for it.
To say it, it's not high effort work. All right, I'm not saying it's not popular. I'm just telling you it's not high effort work. When all you're doing
Is what we're doing now, Phil, high effort work? Like, let's just keep it 100, Phil. You and me. Let's keep it real. Are we talk to your breasts? They're gonna look at chicken. I'm talking to bird breasts. I'm talking to bird breast. And Phil is looking at the finger licking chicken. And Phil is looking at the finger licking chicken.
Try to relax your anus.
Oh, Christ almighty in besides looking ridiculous? Like, what was their thing? Rich been watching since 2012. It's time to make a bold and make a third channel called Philly, USA. Fapping Phil and the saucy chicken sandwich.
Doing is you're sitting around, you put
Not yet.
about 2 videos a day, and then you do a stream for an hour. That's not a day of work. All right? Very much so. It could be some of those popular content on YouTube. It could be millions of views per video. They're making thousands of dollars in a day, but it's not a full day of work. It's just not. And you know what? More power to them. I'm not criticizing those kind of YouTubers because if they can make it work, if they only have to work a few hours a day, you know, and they make that kind of content and they make money doing it and they don't have to go crazy, I guess that's the life, right? Isn't that the life we'd all like to have? You don't have to sit around working all day. Instead, you can just do whatever you want with your time because you're rolling in money. That's the life a lot of these big YouTubers live, okay? So that being said, you know, let's say you're a big-time YouTuber and you put out 2 big videos a day, each video getting hundreds of thousands to millions of views, and maybe you do a stream a day of an hour or 2 with your audience. So that's your income. 3 pieces of content. What happens if 1 or 2 pieces of that content gets demonetized? Oops, I just lost 2/3 of my income for the day, right? So that's why this is a big problem among these kind of big YouTubers who are all of a sudden complaining about this. For someone who's a normal person, you don't care if a video gets demonetized here or there. Who gives a shit? How does it really affect you? No, it doesn't, not in a big way. For me, every day I've got a podcast. Well, first of all, I've got a live stream. And the live stream is monetized, although, quite frankly, it's not necessarily highly monetized. You probably see an ad run on this live stream when it starts, and I take 1 ad.
It is from look up Hoot Wireless with a T, and you'll see the commercial for it. I'd love to see Phil play Rocksmith. Yes. I wonder how he acts when he is in a corner in real life. What do you mean in a corner? Like, is Phil on a street corner? Is Phil on a street corner fucking tits with the fucking tits guy?
I break during each stream, and that's it. So I don't make a lot of money on the stream, just up front. I really don't. It's very little that I ever make on the stream. Then I do the podcast. Usually 2 to
absolutely nothing. If you talk about EDP 445, that video will have limited ads. Just the topic will get you limited ads. So he's kind of not right, Phil.
3 pieces of gameplay, and then on my late stream, we've got 2 more gameplay videos, a stream, and the daily wrap. So if you add it all up, if you haven't noticed, the vast majority of support that I get is from my live audience. It's from you guys who watch the content and you appreciate it, so you contribute. You tip. You do a super chat. You become a member, right? All these things. That crowdfunding has really become my bread and butter when it comes to my business over the last 5 years since I've been.
I can't really say anything. That's kind of the same with me, too. YouTube's a different, like, even look, I was supposed to have the INEO 2 review up today, but YouTube's having issues. So, there essentially goes a day of revenue for me, or more revenue, because of a new video. But I stream a good amount now, so I don't stress about it. You know?
Became a full-time content creator. What that has allowed me to do is to essentially...
Rich eats ass as a troll.
You get a sweet taste of ass.
Yeah. Siri, you know what I'm actually doing all day? I am masturbating thinking about...
You get a sweet taste of ass.
Essentially remove the shackles of YouTube from my business. I am not reliant on YouTube ad revenue. I'm not beholden to them. If they demonetize 1 or 2 videos of mine that I put out today, I don't care. I literally do not care. Okay? Now, if they demonetize every video I put out, then I probably have some issue. But in reality, it's just not a big deal. Who cares if they demonetize a few videos every once in a while? It's not a big deal at all. Because I have diversified my income. I've got people who crowdfund me on the streams. I've got people pledging to my Patreon. I do have ad revenue on YouTube. I've got all this going on. The truth about how YouTube works as a content creator, and they don't want you to know about it, so they're sending the cops to arrest me.
I wonder if they would smack him on the nipples first. Rich eats ass. Where are you, dude? Do you enjoy the sweet taste of ass? Or of cucumber? Do you like cucumbers?
Cucumbers.
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 The inflection that Ass Mangold says is with is what makes it stay in the soundboard.
Cucumbers.
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 I mean, a lot of YouTubers have realized that's why they do things like sponsored videos and baked in ads or stream. I mean, I do have sponsors, but I like that this gives me the flexibility instead of having to worry about, oh my God, I have to have a sponsor for every single video I put out ever. I probably should. But this, instead of having to do that constant fishing and be reliant, how do I even wake up anymore? I think of you. Every morning, I'm like, I wonder if Rich Eats Ass is going to be in my comment section. And if I don't see you, I do not sleep. I don't know. Did he tell a joke?
Okay, I think they're driving away. They got the wrong house, apparently. Okay. Anyway.
No, or they're just driving by your complex, Phil.
So why am I talking about all this? Because these big YouTubers are now complaining about it, saying, oh, in the last couple of days, this video got demonetized, and this video got demonetized, and it's some shadow banning, blacklisting thing going on YouTube, and they're trying to force us off. That's not what's happening at all, okay? Here's what's happening. YouTube, in an honest effort to attempt to try to get more and more advertisers, all right?
I'm salty, so I have to be careful. That owns multiple large buildings, I think. But yeah, he's a different kind of YouTuber. Seattle is another terrible place. No surprise. Well, you hear silent. I'm sure I've had sirens outside of my house. Actually, I know because I've been soft swatted here, but a couple times.
In an attempt to become effective advertising and to retain said advertisers, they're trying to improve their site. Okay? And when they try to improve their site, they hit it with waves of updates. Now, I will say this about what these content creators are saying. They're absolutely positively correct. YouTube makes changes and doesn't tell anyone. Or they'll make a big change, a sweeping change that will affect everyone, and the only place they'll announce it is on a blog post on a back end of YouTube that no one checks out. You know?
That is true. I was fishing for seltzer for way too long.
Oh, by the way, we're changing everything, and here it is on one blog post. Didn't even tell anyone we were making this change. So,
You have a nose here.
here's the deal of what's really going on here, all right? In the last couple of months, I noticed it, I would say about 2 months ago, all right? I noticed that, basically, we were in a situation where every time that I went to notify, every time that I went to, basically,
That is sour.
every time that I went to, I'm having a problem with my chat. I'm trying to get it to update. My chat is frozen, if you're wondering what I'm doing. Give me a second. Let me fart with this.
Let me fart with this.
Okay. It's hard to maintain a thought when all of a sudden my chat is all fucked up.
Whole pot is so hot. Is that like a fucking dictator? Who thinks of these names? Like, oh. Don't ever do that again.
Ban Amber Heard's third, please.
But I'm like, what's going on? Okay, I think I gotta work again. Okay, let me get back to where I was. Okay, I would say it was roughly about 2 months ago. Maybe I'm off by a little bit, but basically I think what it was at the beginning of this advertisement season. So traditionally on YouTube, there's advertisement seasons that happen. The most profitable and most plentiful advertisement season is obviously the fall, because this is when all the advertisers want to run ads for Christmas, right? They want to advertise their products for.
All right, he's boring. This one's boring. It's not because I'm agreeing with him. He's just going into way too much detail about this. This is more interesting. This is more. As a person whose job it is to entertain people, you got to know when to cut it down.
About this. A few days ago, well, 2 days ago, I was playing God of War Ragnarok, and we're in the end game now. You know, we're heading into the final moments of the plot, and a critical moment happens. Now, as this critical moment in the plot is happening, some contributions come in, and we had hit the best, I guess, like a reward for the amount of support that I get on the stream. So people were voting, and I think they voted for the Marty McFly vest. That's like the green or the orange vest. It looks similar to the one that Marty wore back.
Surprised the vests are still a thing. There's a reason I'm not just being stoned and quiet, although I am stoned. He's gonna say something that's gonna be a banger.
Future. And they were voting, and the poll had probably been out for maybe 5-10 minutes. Okay, so normally after like 15 minutes is probably when I would say, okay, here's the winner. I'll grab the vest or whatever. So I'm playing the game, and while people are voting on the vest, an insanely huge plot twist happens. Like jaw-dropping, shocking, unexpected, holy crap.
My jaw's hitting the ground.
This changes everything. Life or death consequences style. Plot development. In a game that I've been playing for over 50 hours, in 2 months, right? Nearly 2 months of my life invested in this game.
So, Phil, if you want to be that invested in a game, you play it on your own time. You're there to entertain the audience, Phil. They're not there to just watch it. You play the game on your off time then. I was so into this game, and my audience that essentially pays my bills wanted at a time. It's like being in a line. It wouldn't be unfair. It doesn't matter how much you super chatted if I skipped a person, which I do by accident. But your audience wanted you to a game. Well, how old is Ragnarok now? How long has it been in the market? No one really cares anymore, Phil. Put on the fucking vest. November. Alright, it's only a month and change. Still, if the diehards wanted to beat it, they beat it. Not penis. You get what I'm saying, though.
Game. And this moment happens, and I'm just so focused on the game. I'm talking with my
Good. Turn off your streaming.
Necessarily know that's what it was going to be. And then the game, very rightly so, actually goes for about 10 minutes into a part of the game that's completely meaningless, but it does this on purpose to give you a moment to decompress from the seriousness of what just happened in the game. Because if it had gone from that straight into combat or something, likely the gravity of what just happened wouldn't have sunk in. But because the game actually goes very...
Okay, so Phil, oh my god.
Very good writing in this game. I would say probably some of the best writing I've seen in years. Yet again, I said that when I played God of War 2018. I'll say that again. I really felt like the way they did this was probably perfect. Characters having conversations or whatever. And then, essentially, I'm turning to my chat, and I see a group of people, even stream regulars. This wasn't just like, oh, there's a group of trolls coming in who are being annoying. A group of regulars. Now, they know I've been playing this game for 2 months. They know I love the game. They know that I play games.
Because I wanted to have the game to play with my audience. Okay. So you have to interact with them, Phil. It's your job.
How games have evolved over the years. I love narrative-based games. So for me, this is exactly why I do what I do. This kind of moment, I'm letting it sink in and absorb, and I'm loving this. And I turn to the chat to talk with them about this moment. And here's the chat, no exaggeration. All right, you ready for this? Where's the vest? Wow, it's been like 10, 15 minutes. Phil doesn't have a vest on. Oh, Phil doesn't appreciate his viewers. Why put up a poll if you're not going to read the results and put on a vest? Where's the vest? I'm serious.
What do you want them to do, Phil? Oh, we're going through this emotional moment together. Phil, it's a fucking video game that's almost been out for 2 months. Stop. Do you want them to lick those protruding nipples and say it's going to be okay, Phil?
This was like 75% of the chat, although admittedly it was probably like 5 people. But they were dominating the chat with this nonsense, okay? I'm not here to wear a vest. I'm here to game, I'm here to have...
But no, I don't think it's like what Abby's saying, enrich my Streamlabs, which I gotta give to Abby's credit where credit's due. And in Abby's defense, I should say, I mean, there are times if he hasn't done that 20 times, I probably would have missed it. But I joke with him and bust his balls, but do I get pissed at him? No. He's supporting the show. Why would I get pissed off at him? People are supporting the show. They want to see a vest on you. Put the fucking vest on, Phil. If you really want to be absorbed in the story, play the game on your own fucking time. Again, this is why he would never come on with an interview, because I would tell him like it is. I wouldn't sit there and gargle his nuts. I may stare at his nipples, though.
Fun, meaningful, interactive streams with you. It's so...
Of course they're meaningful. Yeah, don't talk to me. Don't ask me to do my tips goal. They're meaningful if you just let me stare at a video game. Oh, God.
Social experience as well as a gameplay experience. The vest is something nice as a way to say, hey, thanks for the support. The vest is not the end-all and be-all of why I'm here.
I missed your super chat. See, Timothy, I'm sorry. I will stop the stream. Does he think the chat is his church? Yes. Absolutely. He got mad at that girl, Plum Girl. It's funny that I actually know her name. She's kind of infamous now. She was giving genuine, valid criticism. And he got all pissed off. I can't stop it, so that would be a bad idea if I put tape on my walls. Because it gets so hot in here that the adhesive comes off. First off, if that's true, that is like a death knell for all of your consoles, all of your equipment in there, if you let it get that hot. I don't believe you. But secondly, the adhesive, even with the minor temperature fluctuations, if your room is climate controlled, I can tell you, because I'm looking at stuff stuck on with adhesive, would not move.
You're on a stream, all right?
Hey, Rich, you missed my regular chat.
I'm sorry.
Wow. Try to relax your anus.
I'm just hitting random buttons. I'm done. Hold on. I'm hot for your gravy-flavored ass, Rich. Why is my ass flavored like gravy? Did someone pour I don't know, fuck.
Quite frankly,
Anal sex, yes, exactly, MD.
if the vest is going to take over...
Abby, see, now I missed your super chat. It's like, I'm sorry. Like, you stop the fucking stream and you answer the people that are supporting your show. Here's a perfect example. Why is always on your case about your bad takes, but if someone else has similar bad takes, he gets angry, but not as angry as he does? Well, actually, he doesn't get angry at all. He was like kissing the ring of Critical. He's like, you know what? Critical's right. I should stop begging. How long have I been saying that for? Years? But Critical says it once, and he bows down to Jesus Christ.
And become something. And not just the best, but the hat reward, all the rewards I do, the bubble blow. Oh, we hit 100 likes on a stream, feels gonna blow bubbles. I'm never blowing bubbles ever again. Where's the bubble? Why did Phil blow bubbles? Did Phil blow bubbles already? Where are the bubbles? If that's what it's gonna be, then we'll just get rid of all the rewards.
Hey, Rich, you want to know more about the guy that watched porn on your server, watching your older videos lately? Also, yeah, we were kids, man. And I actually told this story in my Turbo Express video, but that video is probably demonetized. Shit, and we caught him. And, my mom called his mom to pick him up because he was fucking trying to steal shit. So someone brought over like a VHS tape of like 70s porn that they stole from their dad. And the Turbo Express. So there you go. It's a very, very heartwarming story.
It's not just about how much did Phil raise today.
Oh, the guy.
How successful was the stream financially today? A little group of people who are just.
Remember the troll you had that was a perk? Yes. Bring Bruno on stream, please. No.
Just starting to get a lot more rowdy in the chat, particularly during streams. And I felt like yesterday I had to lay down the law during the podcast and say, listen, I'm not.
How does it? Tom Anderson, Rich, you missed my messages from MySpace. God. Jesus, man, that picture makes me miss like 2004 top 8 friends too. Everyone was on their desktop computers. This is before he got laid. He wanted to see what a vagina felt like, so he thought making a cheese sandwich and dipping it in milk would be the same experience. I will never understand that one. Philip laying down the law. Yes, he's always laying down the law.
The vest literally applies to every stream I do. Any stream where I raise a certain amount of support, you can see a vest. I can apply vest to any stream between now and the day that I die. But there's only going to be one moment ever in time when I see that plot point for the first time and I'm shocked. Isn't it more important?
Is he fucking kidding me? Isn't it more important that I get to enjoy my video game? Holy fuck. Holy missing the point, Batman. They're not there for you to experience it like you're on your own. They're there because they want you to engage with them. That's what they're paying you for. Oh, shit.
To see my reaction and talk about my
I may need to play Elden Ring after this again.
reaction and give it some time to sink in. Right?
Actually, no, that part's a pain in the ass. I don't feel like being stressed. I'm too tired tonight.
Say, let's derail everything I'm doing right now with the game to put on a vest, right? I mean, anyone with a logical mind can think that way and say, yeah, that makes sense. But sadly, we got people who, I hate to say it, they just get so wrapped up in bullshit in life. It's like,
You're gonna send me a picture, Rich, my fax. I'm gonna send you. You're gonna send me a fax. Rich, imagine I got super chats via fax. Dude, I wish that was true, Tom. I wish you were a real Tom telling me the real truth. I think it's time for a MySpace resurgence. I'm actually not kidding. Too tight. Rich, have you ever humped a banana peel? That'd actually be a good idea. Yeah, it's like, dude, that's like if Sexy Coco, PhD, BDSM, butt sex master's degree, he donated the 120 and I didn't get this. Oh, God. You get my point, though. Like, or I bitched at him for like, dude, wait. Yeah, maybe I'll play like...
You can argue that 2.5 years ago, we had what was called the Vest Streak. This was a situation where for a series of streams which lasted months, I hit a support goal every stream, and so every stream I was putting out the vest. And it was a big running thing. Will Phil have the vest today? Will the streak continue? And it almost became one of the vest was overwhelming the stream of being dominating the stream for it. I didn't like that. And even though I absolutely enjoyed the amount of support that I got, when the vest ended, it was almost kind of relief. So I was like, well, now that it's over, right? Now we can just focus back on the game again and work on the stream again rather than the vest, okay? So the thing is, I could have understood, like, if it was like 2.5 years ago, the vest streak.
Hold on. Why would you do that? Why would you stop doing something that was fucking successful? I want to play my video games in peace. Don't pay me to put on a vest. I can't with this guy. And then he'll complain that he can't get groceries the next day. How the fuck... Ow. Alright. Such a gentleman, huh? Sitting here picking out nose hairs and burping like a drunk. Imagine Michael Bay co-directing a game. No, I don't like Michael Bay's films.
The vest has been over for over 2 years. Why are people freaking out about when I put on a vest, right? It's not a big deal. So, please up.
Can I burp in your butt? Do you realize, all kidding aside, that there actually probably is truly someone with a fetish for that? What was Jay saying? That there was someone that would pay a hooker to fly them on plane to, like, shove ground meat up his ass? Like, there's people that, like, that is, like, the biggest turn on. Oh, I love it when my husband or wife or boyfriend or girlfriend burps in my ass. Whatever. Again, two consenting adults. You want to burp in someone's ass, you want to pee on someone, so long as they are of age and they want you to pee on them, you just piss. Yeah. But it's just amazing. Like, if you think about something, someone's probably had sex with you too. Like, someone's fucked an iPhone. Someone has fucked a replica bird. Actually fucked it. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, someone has a statue of a horse that they shot their ropes on. Like, you know that's happened. Someone was happened. Like, oh yeah, I'm about to explode. Oh, all over the horse. I'm out of control. Let's continue.
Understand that?
Rich Mastucci for president of Nintendo. No, thank you.
And, thank you to anyone who does understand. First of all, thank you to anyone who's...
So I'm sure someone stuck their dick in a hot lasagna 100%. Filthy Frank deep-throated an iPhone? Really? I've never seen that. I used to watch Filthy Frank all the time.
Regardless, because you know that's why I'm able to do these ad-free, shill-free...
Ad-free, shill-free, Philip Burnell, Keith. What, Phil? We've already talked about how much less of a shill you would be if you had a sponsor instead of beg. Now you just say this. He does. Okay, so ever since the critical thing happened, he no longer begs for money directly. He just says the stream was disappointing or low engagement. Duty, if you're still here, you know what that means. That means that Phil didn't get enough money.
You get his retail today.
That's the face Phil makes when he's seeing some titties. That's the face I make when I'm seeing some titties too, to be honest with you. There was a guy who shoved his into a raw account Shoved his dick into a raw cow heart. That is fantastic. I'm gonna go relax my anus and piss. I probably should stop drinking as much seltzer. Okay, I'll buy how much for you to shoot ropes, make first style over your beautiful shiny horse? No, there's no amount of money. I'm not coming on anything for money. That is where I put my foot down. No coming. I also should go check on the pug too. If you're wondering what I wanted to check on the pug. Oh crap, I gotta put the hard drive in my PS5. Yeah, oh dude. Like, here is the thing. I know a lot of people get on me because I take my shirt off and I do stupid shit like eat bugs, but I do have like I mean, I don't degrade myself. Like, I wouldn't do shots. I wouldn't even probably take them casually and get even more stoned, but I wouldn't take, like, alcohol. I know video. Just stare at Philip Burnell jerking off staring at chicken. Or I wouldn't do, like, a mukbang. You know what I'm saying? Could I make money? Absolutely. I'd try and be a millionaire. Imagine I fucking went up to like 500 pounds and ate myself to death. I'd be a millionaire, but I'd be dead. How much to bring Bruno on stream? Why do you want Bruno? Why? $2,000. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not Phil. I don't know. Let me think about it. I don't even know if I want to bring him on stream. I don't even know if money can motivate me. I'm not kidding. I was kidding about the two. I'm making fun of Phil. He got $2 grand to show his cat. I got the 8 ball here still. The 8 ball $5 thing is still a thing.
Promotion-free stream. I'm not playing some indie game you never heard of to make a buck.
All right, Seymour. Oh, I'll check it out. Okay. I'll check it.
Get some money from me and shit like that. Every once in a while, you'll see an ad run on stream, but for the most part, you're here for gameplay and chill, and that's it. That's the kind of product I want to put out to the internet. But you guys allow me to do that. I want you to understand how grateful I am of that, okay? Just because I'm in the middle of a critical story point of the game. And I'm ignoring the vest for now, because I feel like it makes more sense to me to focus on the game we've been playing for 2 months at its biggest story moment, right? I feel like that would be more meaningful than let's just interrupt everything to toss on a vest. You know what I'm saying?
Why? I let super chats and Seymour Demonica, thank you for being a member for almost a year too. I really appreciate it, dude. I let my audience interrupt me all the time. They want to support the show. I mean, I may make like if who usually has foil grim like, hey, Rich, play the Street Fighter song. Like, bro, that's 4 minutes. We'll play it at the end. We'll play it like in between something. That I'll do. But it's what you're there for. Carlson Lubin, for example, Rich, my super chat. I will stop the stream if someone says that. Didn't you get sponsored a drink on stream once? Make a mixed drink, yeah. That was that. Well, no, actually, I was using the film for that, for the sponsorship. That was actually quite entertaining. That's different. I'll have drinks sometimes on stream, but I wouldn't make people like, yo, everyone who gives me $10, I'll take a shot. That would, no, disaster. I think that, anyway, on top of it, too, not only would I never do it anyway, I think it's against YouTube's terms of service now. Rich, we start the stream late. Dude calls it sneak beg. It's like it's a skill in Skyrim when Phil's successful seek beg increased shows up on screen with the drum sound. Oh, you mean like the holier than thou shit is this sneak beg? Nah, I don't like doing the drinks for. It's just not my thing. I wouldn't even do the edibles. I take a fuck ton. I just wouldn't do it. It's just everyone's different, man. But I know it would lead to like even like. Do you know what? If I said, "Yo, I'm gonna eat like a 20 stack of pancakes," there'd be like 3,000 people here watching that shit. I would get donations out the ass. I'd be a millionaire. I wouldn't. But I'd also be dead. So no thank you. What would you ever do if you ever got a 10K donation? I'd fucking be shirtless for like I would just say, you know what? For you, I'm shirtless for the rest of the year. There you go. Rich, I'm so thankful for how humble you are. It really makes me happy that I follow you. Thank you, Mitchell. I appreciate that. And you've been a long-time supporter, too, as well. And I appreciate that greatly. I know some people were like, yo, I need a 20 stack of pancakes for free. But you know that I would make bank doing that. But fuck no, man. Did he really get a strike? like, if it's people that are hate, you know what? The best thing you could do, if he really got a strike, of course, with him, I'm skeptical of everything. Just leave him alone. Leave him be. It's the best thing you could do. Because he gets to cry wolf when this shit happens. And just let him stay in his own. So long as he stays in his own. Now, if, look, he's a public figure. If he makes a stupid review on something else, I'll roast him for it. But why do you want, like, just let it go, man. Don't do any call to actions with these people. Allow him to come on his stream to play games and blow bubbles with me. I don't give a fuck what the 8-ball says, but let's find out. If it works. Is it gonna work, Rick? It may not show it, but it shaked again, but it said flat out no. A big bold no, too. Oh my god. Phil says my eyes hurt. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't, yes.
Wow.
Oh, my 24th birthday is the 13th. Titty. I am not titty fucking the sausage. See, that's where I also... I may get shirtless. I may have got my chest shaved on stream. I may have eaten a sausage from a cleavage. But I'm not going... I cannot use a sausage like it's a dick between my hairy tits. God damn it.
So, thank you for that. And the same thing yesterday, kind of the same thing happened. So here I am, I'm setting up my LED light, okay? And I'm trying to get it to basically shine up the wall behind me. And I'm trying to place it. One of the things I'm having an issue with is the lighting, because at that time, I had just unspooled the lighting for the very first time. I was sitting on almost like a tape-like spool, okay? Almost like microfilm and stuff, right? So, I'm looking out the lighting, and the lighting is curling on it. And it's very annoying. I'm like, why is this lighting curling up? Now, just to be honest, it's not even clean out anymore because it's been out for a day. It's not even curling anymore. All you need to do is basically unspool and sit there naturally to kind of stretch out. And now it's fine. So you see, now the lighting looks good. But anyway, I'm struggling with this yesterday. And a bunch of people in the chat are saying things like, oh, there's adhesive on the back of it. There's adhesive on the back of it. Now,
Never, dude, I'm not going to tit fuck a sausage. It is not happening. There is no titty fucking happening. It is not happening. You could be like, hey, Rich, here's $1,000. Titty fuck the sausage. No! There is nothing. Unless, if you said, yo, $1 million after taxes, that you pocket $1 million, yes, then the dignity would go out the window. Pretty please, yes. I don't. Did you say I don't listen to my chat? That's not true.
admittedly, I didn't see it at first, okay? And I'm like, all right, I didn't see it, big deal, you know? But then I see it, and everyone's like, it gets to the point where it's not just like people saying something, they're yelling, dude, he said stupid, why don't you even listen? Why doesn't he read the chat? Why doesn't he interact? There's adhesive on it. There's adhesive, use the adhesive. So I sit down and I look, and again, people being very rude. It's not like, oh, here's a suggestion. It's like, oh, Phil's supposed to be fucking nasty to Phil.
Dude, people are nasty to me in super chats. Can't blame a Coco for trying. Dude, could you imagine there was a video out there of me titty fucking a spicy sausage? Why is the doorbell ringing? Oh no. Oh, it's just someone putting out garbage. I thought someone, maybe it was my brother getting burrito. Of course you do without fire. Oh my god. You ever want something like that again, it's 100. Titty fuck. What are those lyrics from? Titty fuck the sausage now. Everybody's learning how. Come on a safari with me.
And I'm like, why do people tend to do that on the internet? Really? Like, why do people, instead of being like, all right, listen, he's there, he's busy, he's laying off, he's fighting or whatever, why are people being nasty? I just don't get that.
Dude, you were filming yourself putting out lights, which shouldn't have even been live streamed. Are you fucking kidding me?
You know, it's kind of the difference between when I started on YouTube and today. When I started on YouTube, 15 years.
You just told the story in another video.
Yes, but not all. There was this overwhelming positivity and attitude like, wow, look at this. Here's a place where people who have talent,
Back in my day,
who have passion, can share that talent and passion with the internet for free. And we can sit here and we can watch this free content on a daily basis. And we get absolutely
dude, there was trolling back from the very beginning.
Enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Wow, this is great. And then over the years, as more and more people realized YouTube was a place to make money, instead it became a land of entitlement. It became like, if the content on YouTube does not live up to a certain standard, if it is not in a certain delivery system, if it is not exactly how we want it at the very moment that we want it, it's shit. Sit on there and just dump on it. Don't.
Phil, holy fuck, you are so wrong. It's because more creators came to the platform. More creators means more competition, which means that people increase their production value to get, in turn, more views. Back then, it was slim pickings, Phil. That's what it really was. Is that it was like, oh, I want to see a playthrough. There's Phil, Phil, or Phil. I'm gonna watch Phil.
Oh yeah, turns me on.
Yes, you can, Wes. I'm sure there's people who don't like that I talk so much during my streams, but I've noticed something. There are people who got like 5,000 viewers per stream. They don't have. They get like one super chat per hour. Some of them I actually watch. I won't name them because they don't interact. Why do you want to not interact with your stream? Because you want to experience a video game? You're very welcome, Wes Angel. Miguel, I'm sorry.
On YouTube, jump on YouTube, now content, say it all sucks. Pretty bad. You know, it's a pretty bad mentality to go through in life, in my opinion. You know, when I started on YouTube, I was very motivated to try to be creative and fun.
Thank you, Scott.
Back that positivity. And what ended up happening is over the years on YouTube, as you've seen, instead it was a backlash against me, saying that I suck, my content sucks, this is how you don't play. And it really does feel like a cultural shift of the internet, where
No, Phil. He is rescinding the blame where he said it was. He actually said initially that he reacted the wrong way. Now he's rescinding that in a way. Phil, the This Is How You Don't Plays came around because you were always acted like you were holier than thou. Yes, I'm scratching my back. With your audience. You would always blame the game, and people wanted to make it because you were ridiculous. And instead of embracing it, which I guess if you had the self-awareness, This Is How You Don't Plays wouldn't have happened, I guess. You would have capitalized on it. You tried to do it, but it was the Kim Jong-un TV propaganda version of This Is How You Don't Plays that you uploaded to your channel. They were softball and boring. They weren't the ones that really roasted you. The sweet taste of big tates.
You get a sweet taste of ass.
and big taints.
That actually works well.
Before the internet was this place for happiness, and everyone wants to be nice to each other because they're just happy that the internet exists. And we have
When the fuck was that time? When? The first thing that got uploaded to the internet is porn. What the hell is sounds like a war zone out there?
this way to communicate now, and then it became let's just find a way to be cynical and dump on each other and be completely nasty dicks, right? I don't know how that's a way to go through life, honestly. I just don't. Maybe it's because I'm older now and I'm a lot more mellow, as you notice. I don't really get that agitated unless I'm pissed off at an online connection with a game or something. But for the most part, you don't see me raging over the shit that I used to rage about. You know,
Is he? He doesn't rage anymore, right? This is the same playthrough. He's talking. The same playthrough.
It is not fucking easy. If you say it one more fucking time and you lie to my audience, you will be permanently banned from the chat. The game is not easy, you stupid piece of shit dunce who wants to discredit anyone who plays the game on normal. It's on normal. Deal with it. If you don't like it, fuck off and don't come back. I'm never gonna put up with that ever again. Every person who says it's on easy is just gone for good. I'm tired of it. It's so disrespectful to say shit like that. It really is.
Yep. He's so chill now. Oh look, that's an awesome thumbnail. It really does look like he's staring at that sandwich. I'm very proud of that thumbnail. It took no work, I will admit it. But remember, Phil is chill and laid back. But don't you dare say he's playing on easy. Oh, I just hit the applause. Don't you dare say this man is playing on easy. That is an insult too far. Bruno B. He would just end up humping everything around him and shit on my desk, Wes. How does he say that? How?
You know what I mean? Like, I'm a different guy. I really have gotten older, wiser, and I mellowed out a lot.
I just...
It is not fucking easy. If you say it one more fucking time and you lie to my audience, you will be permanently banned from the chat. The game is not easy, you stupid piece of shit dunce who wants to discredit anyone who plays the game on normal. It's on normal. Deal with it. If you don't like it, fuck off and don't come back. I'm never gonna put up with that ever again. Every person who says it's on easy is just gone for good. I'm tired of it. It's so disrespectful to say shit like that. It really is.
So chill. It's like a breeze from my ass. Where the fuck is it?
And I don't know, like maybe if I were younger, I would be like that, but I'm just not even. So here I am, trying to set up something nice.
Yes, G. Fryer. He's like a grandma when it comes to computers.
I mean, I understand you want to get my attention. You're like, hey, there's some adhesive on the back there, maybe you want to try it. But there's a difference between saying, hey, Phil, we're just trying to get your attention, there's adhesive, versus, wow, what an idiot. He pays no attention to his chat. He doesn't care about his viewers and fans. Look how he behaves. He just does what he wants. He's like a dinosaur. And then he wonders why people talk shit about him. No. People talk shit about me because it's a meme. People talk shit about me because they can get away with it.
No, people talk shit about you because you're fascinating. And you keep doing the same shit over and over and over again. As I've proved with evidence in this stream. And you just keep doing it. It's a bond. If it wasn't for Phil, no one would be together. I played it on easy because I'm blind, and that's perfectly fine. I use accessibility settings too. That's the thing too. The game on fucking story mode, and no one would care. They would still tune in. Expansion. Wait, oh no.
Ban Amber Heard's third, please. Ban Amber Heard's third, please. Ban Amber Heard's third, please.
They don't do that because it means anything. By acting like that towards me doesn't make me prove. It doesn't make me any better. All it does makes you feel better about yourself because you demean someone on the internet, and now you're propping yourself up.
The year is 2077 and Rich is dead. Ghetto Dark, you have to tell that Philip Burnell is the man who had a thirst on May 1st, and he stroked his dick until it burst. That was the incident of May 1st.
Bullshit. Alright, every time you do that kind of shit. shit to someone on the internet, you're just showing your own shortcomings and how weak of a person you actually are. Alright? The difference between, hey, there's some piece about the back, let's try to get his attention, and wow, let's say a bunch of really insulting, nasty things about Phil because we didn't immediately give us gratification by acknowledging our suggestion, right?
And by you reacting to this, which again, you don't have the self-awareness to it, they're gonna do it even more. Oh my god, he has the self-awareness of Chris Chan, I swear to god.
And truth then,
Oh yeah, turns me on. You know it, girl.
God, that echo just makes that creepier.
when I saw the piece, I said, well, I want to use that. It says it's 3M double-sided tape. And number one, I know double-sided tape is weak. It doesn't work very well. In particular, the paint that I have on my walls has this weird, how can I say, it's not like that powdery matte kind of paint. It actually has that glossy finish.
It's not eggshell.
Tape doesn't really stick to it. You need to use like heavy-duty adhesive sticky things to get things to stick to my wall. So even the double-sided tape, I know for a fact wouldn't even work. And even then,
Nah, it would still work for like all bullshit.
it work. All that's going to do is mess up my wall. So I'm going to eventually want to move it. You know, I don't even know if this is exactly how I want it. So this is not the time to start sticking things to the wall. So I say that, right? I literally say that on the stream, and then, oh, Phil just rejects every suggestion we ever have. You know what I mean? So it's just immediate to the extreme again. All right? But life is not extreme. Life is not extreme. Life is not black and white. Life is many shades of gray. And trying to find that common ground, putting yourself in the shoes of someone else for a few minutes, trying to understand where they're coming from, and trying to compromise and trying to understand just everything from a bigger picture perspective than just, oh, my way or the highway, right?
Even at this speed, he's like the fucking quarter, I swear to God. I didn't get angry like, hey, I'm on an easy boat, Bubba advance, and like I was saying, I don't get angry like yeah, and he can't say he's a changed person from that. It's the same fucking game he's talking about. The same fucking game. I don't make those thumbnails where I have the faces like this. Literally made a thumbnail. I don't know when that react was. I think it was this year. Where he makes that face. He is incredible. And again, like I've said 6,000 times prior to the point where you're getting annoyed and
I'm sorry.
this is why he would never do an interview with me, because I would pin him for stuff like that. He wants his cock sucked, and Jeremy was more than willing to blow him.
Hopping, Steven Crowder. Hopping, Steven Crowder.
Hoping Steven Crowder is the overall right wrong in life. People on the internet don't seem to know that. They seem to have this real infantile mentality of everything is this or that. You know, there's heroes and villains. That's not life. It's just not. Okay? So, that's what I'm trying to get across here on my free stream today. And I tried yesterday, but it keeps blowing a lot of
Yo, does he preach like this to his wife? She has to be on anti-anxiety medications. If he sits, you know he can't let go of his work when he leaves work. He probably bitches at her like he was working at a factory with a broken air conditioning system. Yeah, I would fucking pat. No, I was thinking there ain't a amount of money that would be worth it, bro. I would. And that's why I was like, that's what I was thinking.
I just want people to be nice to each other. And me in particular.
Yeah, there's dudes that. It's probably great that I get up and drink and piss a lot. Like, what is it called? We get a blood clot, and it goes to your lung.
But of course, everyone else as well. There's absolutely no reason to just be nasty.
iCarly did that. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Nah, I wouldn't do 24. I would, yeah. Plus, well, Mari, I get up to piss so much that I'm not even that concerned about that. You're doing a bargain. Are we negotiating here like it's a car deal? 300, I'll do it. 300 dono, I'll do it. 12-hour stream. If you're bored of DSP, please watch Afroman. Will help me repair my door. He made a music vid from a police raid at his house. What?
My stream because you wanted it. It's been 15 minutes, 20 minutes since the poll's been out. But maybe try on.
leave sexy Coco alone. He supported this show plenty. I appreciate it. The poor man.
Why there's no fest? Oh my God! Did you see?
Everyone's like, come on, man. Come on, you could do it.
Just happened in the game. It's the biggest plot point in the entire game after a 50-hour game. Of course, if you want to focus on that, yeah, you might be absent-minded. There's a good reason why there's no fest. Don't say that Phil doesn't.
There's a reason why there's no fest. You're there to watch me play a game and do nothing else.
Care about fans. I mean, how extreme can you get? Why would you even say that? Right? Oh my God! By the way, there's landscapers outside of Things with Sense. I don't think those are my landscapers because my landscapers come on Wednesday. Today's Tuesday.
Wasn't it like Ass Mangold that said he did like 12 hours every single day? 300 is the final offer. $300 is the final offer.
So I don't know about recruiting landscaping right now because I don't think it's mine. It might be next door or someone do something in the yard. I have to check if it's still allowed, but I don't think it's my landscaping. Anyway, I'm trying to set up lighting, which is something for you. It's
Did he just say I'm setting up my landscaping? We're talking about his landscaping. And oh yeah, back to complaining.
not even for me. I don't care if there's a
Now I'll do it for 300. I'll do it for 300.
blue light behind me. I don't even see it unless I look over here at my monitor. I don't even know that there's a blue light behind me right now.
I've never watched an XQC stream TMG, so I can't confirm or deny.
It's for you guys to see something nice. And, okay, immediately I don't see that you guys are saying there's two-sided tape on the back of the lights or whatever. I get it. Does that mean that it's time to insult Phil and say, hey, Phil doesn't care, right, about his viewers? He ignores, everything that people are saying. It's ridiculous. It's straight to the extreme. Straight to it. Straight to the negative, to the nonsense and toxic. I don't want that on my stream, especially in 2023.
Thanks for money. Peasant. I mean, look, I get support doing this too. It's how you handle it, though.
I'm trying.
I mean, the clips I've seen of XQC, and I've only seen clips, admittedly. All right, it'll be next week. I will pick a day. And when I pick the day, I'll announce it on Twitter. Jesus Christ, man. I didn't think it was actually going to happen. Okay. Hey, it'll be beneficial to me, too. If I'm streaming for 12 hours, it'll be good.
All right?
I have an idea. It might be later this month, but it'll be this month. There's a reason why that I can't say yet until something is confirmed. No pissing allowed.
Well,
No. So it'll definitely be this month. The reason why I'm saying later, the surprise will be worth it. What's up, Mike Wells? How are you? Just trust me. I once watched an 8-hour edited video of a 19-hour stream of Berg Skeletor playing the Mario Maker 2, beating his impossible custom level to upload. Jesus Christ. That was such a complex super chat. No, it's not going to be a hot tub stream. I can't even go into details because I have to confirm it. But if it happens, the stream is definitely going to happen. I don't back down on stuff like that. But when is the question? Because if I can make something come through, it'll be worth it. 100%.
GSP Gaming, be a place where you can come, enjoy games, have chill times together, and don't see that kind of attitude. And if you haven't noticed, in the last few months, what I try to do, if a troll tip comes in, I just ignore it. I say, troll tip, and I just move on. I don't address it. I don't waste time on it. I try not to. If I see a trolling thing in the chat, do I stand there and insult the person outright for 5 minutes? No. I ignore their comment. Oh, there's a troll. Bye. Move on. That's what I'm trying to do.
As he sits here talking 20 minutes. 20 minutes about people criticizing how he's setting up his lighting. Hello, we're trying to call off work at Burger King today since I have been throwing up from food poisoning. I think, oh man, that's brutal. Just make sure you drink plenty of fluids because you're going to be barfing a lot, so stay hydrated. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. 1,000 for a hot tub stream with Bruno. How would I do? Wait till the summer, then we'll talk. Oh, God. Oh, man. That dog needs to go on an SSRI.
Alright? But now that doesn't mean now regular viewers are going to start acting like that.
But I appreciate it, though, Wes. I'm hoping that I can make it even more special. That's why I'm saying hold off until I can confirm something. But it'll be this month either way, whether that happens or not.
Your new stuff here on DSP Gaming. And I hope you guys understand that. And what will, do your best to know what I'm saying. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. You notice I'm doing this very calmly. Because I'm not really upset. We've seen a learning pattern happening, especially among the regulars. Because again, this wasn't just like a few random people who came in here and were acting like this. There's some street regulars who are acting like that. Like, that's not right. Why are they acting like that? They're acting entitled. They're acting very offensive, honestly. And I don't want to lash out at people in the middle of the stream. I didn't lash out during the God of War stream.
What? The fuck did you just say?
It is not unfucking easy. If you say
Wes, yeah, you could be a mind, bro.
And you lie to my audience, you will be permanently banned from the chat. The game is not uneasy, you stupid.
Yes, you could download my samples.
Who wants to discredit anyone who plays the game on normal? It's on normal. Deal with it. If you don't like it, fuck off and don't come back. I'm never gonna put up with that ever again. Every person who says it's on easy is just gone for good. I'm tired of it. It's so disrespectful to say shit like that. It really is.
What did he say again? Let's go back a few seconds, just so he really.
Because I'm not really upset. We've seen a learning pattern happening, especially among regulars. Again, this wasn't just like a few random people who came in here and acting like this. There's some street regulars who are acting like that. Like, that's not right. Why are they acting like that? They're acting entitled. They're acting very offensive, honestly. And I don't want to lash out at people.
It's almost feel like you should take the hint from your audience. If they're regulars that are complaining, it's a problem. Like if Terrence complains about something, and Sir Stephanie or Google Fish said when he's not sending me pictures of Harry Ben's asses or Turbo Express. Like I know they're regulars. If they're complaining about something, it's probably something I should at least consider what they're saying. Oh, my regulars are angry tonight. Fuck them. No! If the people that are you're used to being there are the ones that are complaining, that means there may be a problem that you may want to address before you lose those people. I've never had Marmite, but I have been curious to. There's either people that are obsessed with it and get Marmite flavored everything, or they never even want to see it again because it will give them PTSD. I've never seen anybody in between about Marmite.
I didn't lash out there.
Because he is arguing with himself. He is. Magic. You want to be my Ralph? Please don't. No.
Purposefully, I didn't even say anything about it because I felt like that.
I heard like there's some people that say this. They don't like how they like the typical way is like Australians do is Marmite. You put some butter, you put the Marmite on top of the butter and toast. But they're saying like there's like Marmite flavored cheese, which is on another level, and
I wouldn't go out trying to do it. But I really feel like we need to kind of take a step back and understand what's going on, especially here in my channels and content. And you know what? Honestly, everywhere else too. If this is your attitude on the internet, that it's just lashing out, everything's bad, I don't feel better, I didn't get immediate gratification, so now I'm going to be upset or nasty. It's not the way to live your life. And you're going to find you're just going to give yourself, your blood pressure's going to get worked up, you're going to get your adrenaline up all the time, you're going to be angry and upset about everything. You're going to become, honestly, the living embodiment of what about 15 years ago was known online as the angry reviewer. The person who would literally sit there and instead of enjoying something for what it was, just microanalyze everything bad with something on the internet. This was the air.
What does this have to do? Why you're talking about like the nerd clone era? What does this have to do with anything?
Era of the EVGN, nostalgia period, where everyone got popular on the internet by being nasty about stuff, right? That was 15 years ago. Okay? And I get it.
But and dude, those were also acts. personas. You're genuinely angry about things like people telling you what to do with your lights and asking if you're playing a game on easy.
Get it? You know, my inspiration when I made content 15 years ago was from those kind of people, and you can see some of my earlier influences. You can even see some of the things that those guys used to say and shit like that. That was a long time ago. Today we do some different stuff. You know, it's very different today, I would argue, than what we used to do. I don't want to be that. I don't want you guys to have that kind of mentality on my streams either, right? Feedback is one thing. Being nasty is another thing. And please just don't be nasty. You can definitely relay yourself in an intelligent, effective manner without the insult, without going to the extreme to get noticed. You know what I'm saying? It took me a long time to understand that and change for the better. So I don't really blame it.
I'm sorry. I know it's getting annoying, but
It is not fucking easy. If you say it one more fucking time and you lie to my audience, you will be permanently banned from the chat. The game is not uneasy, you stupid piece of shit dunce who wants to discredit anyone who plays the game on normal. It's on normal. Deal with it. If you don't like it, fuck off and don't come back. I'm never gonna put up with that ever again. Every person who says it's on easy is just going for good. I'm tired of it. It's so disrespectful to say shit like that. It really is.
he's a changed man. Where the hell did the video go? What did I do? Oh, here we go.
For not letting you say, wow, we tried to tell him there's double-sided tape, he's not paying attention. So now let's say he just ignores his fans, he doesn't care about them, he does what he wants, he's a dying, insult. What an insult. Don't do that. That's literally for me, just to give you guys some perspective.
He genuinely, I'm not saying this to be funny, he needs a therapist.
In my life, what I've realized is when you go to the insult, you immediately negate any chance that you'll be considered in any kind of reasonable manner. Okay? Even if the insult is warranted, 9 times out of 10, if you go to that extreme, you go to that insult, people won't care about what you're saying. Okay? For me, if you go to that extreme, even if what you're saying is incredibly pertinent and valid, if you're going to the insult, I don't care what you're saying. I'm just going to ignore it because it pisses me off. You know what I mean? Like, once you get that agitation out of me, I'm not going to take it seriously. You see? So, I'm just trying to let you know my mindset. I hope this makes sense, and I wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, he even admitted that he got picked on a lot in his career. Like, he seems like that guy. He absolutely seems like that guy.
Calm, calculating manner today to try to understand, maybe understand where I'm coming from.
Like this, I genuinely feel like a therapist should be like this. This is something he should be saying to a therapist.
I don't want 2023 to be another year of toxicity and insults being thrown not just at me, but everyone being nasty to each other. No. That's not the direction I'm going. We're going in the opposite direction. Okay? We're going towards being kind.
He's been DSP positive for fucking 12 out of the 15 years of his content creating legacy. I'm gonna be positive this year. No, you're not, Phil. You've been saying this since I can remember.
Yeah, being intelligent, having thought, seeing from other people's perspectives, walking other people's shoes. You know what I'm saying? That's more productive than let's just be jerks and immediately go to the extreme. All right? So thank you for allowing me to talk about that for a little bit better than I did yesterday, for sure. Now let's move on.
All right, I'm actually gonna eat turkey meatloaf on stream. No, it's not a mukbang. I just haven't had dinner. So we'll be back in chat. You can watch me eat some meatloaf. Eagle, good God, you just erected and bursted Rich's nipples. They are exploding. Hey, Rich, how you doing this lovely, blessed day? Feeling better from the flu? Yes, of course you do. It's actually turkey meatloaf. Give me a second, I'll be back. Stare at Phil eating chicken, speaking of which. Just birds.
I love Hulk Hogan's dick.
No, dude, actually, I don't have to pee. It's quite a feat. Yeah. I'm gonna put some Marmite. Could you? Oh God. I see people on Twitch eating all the time. All birds. Why? What did Toy 2 do? And they don't talk, though. This is hot sauce, by the way. Yes, you should beat off tonight. To Phil. This is hot sauce. It is not mayo. There is zero. You could drink this entire bottle. You may have diarrhea, but you'll have 0 calories. I love hot sauce. Not you. Someone else said it was mayonnaise. It kind of does look like a spicy mayonnaise. Yeah, no. I don't want to have explosive diarrhea. If you donate 50 right now, I will get Bruno. Fine. Not super insanely spicy. I like super hot shit. But it's nice sometimes to not have something where you're like, Jesus Christ, dude. All right, I'll get Bruno. Let's go get Bruno. This is Melinda's Black Truffle Sauce. Oh, wait. Let me finish eating this, and then I'll get Bruno. Why? I don't want hair on my food. He is a large... Now, many people ask, why? Doesn't Bruno get a haircut? He would literally need to be sedated to have a haircut. Literally. He's that uptight. Like, they couldn't cut his nails at the vet. Why is he that way? I don't know. Never abused. Ever. What do I do for a living? I eat meatloaf if you watch. This shit isn't hot at all. I mean, it has spice. Sorry, what? I don't know why I didn't get a fork. What the fuck? Review, you're going to be so proud of your tremendous chicken sandwich. Believable. This is made of birds. This is not a beef meatloaf. That's so funny what Jay said. I like Dreamcast guy though. I have no issue with him. Just the way he described that shit was probably the funniest fucking thing of all time. Like a whale eating carp. I'm almost done, then I'll wash my hands and get Bruno. Oh, it's all, I'm sorry. I'm doing well. Nagel, God, you just erected Rich's bursted nipples. I actually like the taste of turkey meatloaf. Sorry about that salad, by the way. Better than real meatloaf. Alright, so let me go wash my hands and get the dog. Maybe. CES is copyright happy. If there's something video worthy, they'll make a video on it. I have dessert. If I just wanted to have some, just something so I wasn't fucking starved. I had 2 protein bars today. Speaker of Civil War in the House. Even Marjorie Taylor Greene thinks 20 reps voting against McCarthy are making them look bad. Well, then you have like Steve Bannon too, John, who's like jumping off the Trump train. It's getting strange. How much to sleep on the closet for? No price. About the Hot Ones challenge. Give me a second. I gotta wash my hands before I touch my mouse. I do not mean my penis. I'll be right back and I'll bring back a dog. I can't even change the fucking screen. Shit. You won't see my balls though. We'll have Bruno for 5 minutes. Alright, so now my hands are washed. I could look solid Crusader. Where the hell is it? Good God, I saw that one. Solid. I'm not $50 for being one Hot Ones challenge on YouTube. He is sleeping. He's psychotic. Don't get Bruno twisted. He's psychotic. He loves to hump. If there was a piece of his dry chicken, he would probably be biting me. Think about it. If Jeffries gets 6 reps to vote for him, he goes speaker. The speaker doesn't have to be part of the majority party. Okay. See, John, like I said, I haven't been keeping up with politics as much as I used to. If anyone who fakes Quantum TV in the quartering and from that mountain. Carlo's cheeks look very humpable from this angle. Oh, he has nice cheeks. What's the matter, Bruno? Couple more minutes, Rudy. We'll do till 10:02. I know. Because I don't think he's going to last. Cue the Oblivion music in April. This summer, Bruno and Rich will do a bathtub stream where Bruno he will fall asleep on Rich's chest. Will that happen? Oblivion music, I'm sorry. Don't bet on it. Thank God. 2 more minutes, Bruno. 2 more minutes. We're sleeping with that. I gotta look into who the house speaker is. I love cats. We have a cat. We have 2 dogs and a cat. Pippa is sleeping. In no way in hell. Actually, that I will say. There is no amount of money in hell that would have made me get her because she's a puppy. She wakes up. She may sleep through the night. Wake her up. That would be a train wreck. You are an idiot, though. Yes, Bruno has humped the cats. That is something that has happened. Oh yeah, there's no house speaker right now. So it's a complete disaster. Yeah, he's home tired. That's why I'm only keeping him on for another minute. And that's the thing. Everyone's like, Rich, you should trim Bruno. There ain't no way, even if I go to a professional groomer, this dog is getting trimmed. Can I buy Bruno? No. Jeffries is a member of the Progressive Caucus. Okay. He would fall asleep. He falls asleep in people's hands all the time. No. My hand's getting tired too. And I don't want him getting riled up either. He's going to chop my balls out. Probably. He's actually better. He's not as humpy now, Bruno. The humping has diminished, thank God. Like, they even had, the only time he got his nails done is when they had to sedate him at the vet. Bruno is, I can bring you back now, Bruno. He's an interesting dog.
Ban Amber's turn, please.
Enjoy Phil passionately staring at a sandwich. For the support. Wes, thank you too. That was pretty incredible. And the stream is happening this month. I just want to see what I can make happen. Have a great night, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Wes, I appreciate you, bro. Thank you.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Newswave. So we've talked quite a bit about Game Freak when it comes to Pokemon. However, they have created games outside of that franchise. One in particular on the 3DS, a bit of a surprising announcement yesterday as it's headed to a platform that no one expected. We'll go over that here today. Also, we are going to be going back to that Bandai Namco Nintendo project that seemed to pop up due to a job listing. Well, had a bit of an update the other day. And we're also going to be talking about CES, which is now in full swing. We're getting some interesting announcements. One in particular is a very strange looking controller that I wanted to go over here today. Guys, if you enjoy these videos, make sure you hit that like button. Helps out a ton. And if you're new here to the Spawn Wave channel, make sure you subscribe down below. And we're going to start today with Sony and their own event at CES. That will be happening later on tonight. For me, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific. And it appears they won't be showing off anything when it comes to new TVs. And that's something that they typically do every year, where they'll show off newer technologies that they're working on, seemingly for their Bravia line. And yeah, I know we see these events, or you go to them, and you're gonna probably find items and sets and different things that you're never gonna actually buy because they don't even have a price tag on it to begin with. One company showed up like yesterday with a 57-inch ultra-wide OLED monitor for PC, and didn't have a price tag on it. That's all you need to know when it comes to the consumer side of things. But the fact that we can now rule out TVs for Sony makes us think, well, I guess legitimately they have the PSVR 2 as their main headlining piece there with the thumbnail. Yeah, I guess they're going to be talking quite a bit about virtual reality, and apparently they will be talking about the electric vehicle that they are working with Honda to bring to market. And one thing they talked about was putting a PlayStation 5 in the car itself. So I guess we'll find out what Sony has for us later on tonight. Again, that's 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Also, the FTC Microsoft case continues to roll along here with Activision Blizzard's acquisition hanging in the balance. And it's led to some really weird-looking headlines, some of the strangest ones I've ever seen in gaming. For example, this one was making the rounds yesterday. This is from Forbes, although a lot of them looked like this. Microsoft tells the FTC it doesn't know Call of Duty's release date, budget, anything. This from Microsoft's response to the FTC in a complaint. They say Microsoft lacks knowledge or information sufficient to form a belief as to the truth of the allegations concerning industry perceptions of Call of Duty and Call of Duty's original release date, or as to the truth of the allegations concerning Call of Duty's launch and typical release schedule and the resource and budget Activision allocates to Call of Duty, including the number of studios that work on Call of Duty. I'm sure Microsoft, in this case, what they're doing is FTC shows up with a bunch of, as they would say, assumptions without sources, and they go, hey, tell us what your sources are because we're not confirming or denying any of this. We're going to play dumb. Most people, I'm sure, most people probably know that Call of Duty released on PC back in 2003, and I'm sure there's some people that think it came out for the first time on consoles with Call of Duty 4, as that's when it really got pushed into the mainstream, but yeah, it started almost 2 decades ago now, which is wild to think, as Call of Duty has been a massive success for, 80% of its life on the market. But in this case, it's just more legalese from Microsoft to the FTC, but it's led to some pretty funny headlines. Oh, and something to keep an eye on here, especially as we head towards 2024, when I think we'll hear more about it, that being Persona 3 Remake. This was rumored to be official, this over on Reset Era, and the idea here is them saying it's still happening, and when asked why is Persona 3 Portable coming out, they simply respond, well, it's Atlas. Can't really push back on that. Atlas is also the company alongside of Sega, I'm sure, that made the decision for this, that Persona 5 Royal comes out on PS5, rather than give the free upgrade path to the PS4 owners, they told you to buy it again. So I guess they're going to release Persona 3 Portable. Persona 5 plays, the quality of life, the visuals, and that is a PlayStation 2 classic that I would like to see brought to modern platforms now with those features. And guys, with some of the quick news out of the way, let's get into the bigger stuff. Let's start right away with Bandai Namco and Nintendo in this project that got a bit of an update the other day, as it appears that, yes, they are still working on this, so I guess it's still a thing, but it made headlines because, of course, we had a certain YouTube video go up not too long ago from Masahiro Sakurai that we'll get to here in a second. But let's take a look. This is the job listing that everyone was talking about. Career Employment 3D Action Game / Game Designer. If you remember, months ago, we talked about a job listing that seemed to confirm that they were working to bring lower resolution or lower quality backgrounds up to be higher quality and, yes, higher resolution and all this for what we would presume to be the Switch. But we can see the job description says, you will develop as a planner for a 3D action game project commissioned by Nintendo. So now I'm really trying to hide it there, which, by the way, they may throw that name in there just for recruitment purposes. You realize, oh, wow, okay, I'd be working on a larger title from, obviously, one of one of the big platform holders out there. It might be worth jumping in on this job opportunity. And you can see work in charge, the concept of the game in cooperation with the background art team, which is actually what we had talked about previously with the job listing, mentioning kind of sprucing up some of the background elements. So the fact that this is thrust right back into the spotlight with a lot of speculation that Nintendo will have some sort of event, obviously probably a general direct, as they like to start out the year with those typically in February, that maybe this is something that could be getting ready to be shown off. And after Sakurai had his video where he talked about the difficulty that he had set up in Kid Icarus Uprising, kind of dropping a little teaser there, like, wouldn't it be great if someone out there could make Kid Icarus Uprising work on modern platforms like, I don't know, the Switch? And then you see Bandai Namco, who spent a lot of time, a very long development with Smash Bros. Ultimate, working alongside of Sakurai. Seems like a good development studio and publisher to go to if you need help, maybe taking Kid Icarus Uprising from the 3DS and making it look a bit better so it will play on the Switch. And I've seen speculation all over the place that this could be a number of different titles that Bandai Namco could go back and help Nintendo bring to the Switch, because they've worked on a lot in general, so Nintendo very clearly trusts them. They've worked on an entire Pokemon game with new Pokemon Snap most recently, and you can go all the way back to games like Mario Baseball that they were even tapped to work on. So it's not a new thing for them to bring Bandai Namco in to help run support or just full on develop a title, but I'm still right now sticking with the front runner that we will indeed see Kid Icarus Uprising get revealed, most likely in a direct here soon, I'd say, because we've talked about how the Switch is kind of getting towards the end of its life. Seems like you want to fit Kid Icarus Uprising in sooner rather than later, take advantage of that large install size, give it a much better shot than it had on the 3DS. Not because the game ran poorly or anything there, I just feel like it was a game that was too big for the system, specifically because of the controls. So you bring it over to the Switch where you have that second analog stick by default, and yeah, I'm sure it'll look better and run better there as well. Really give people a shot at the game, and then maybe we can continue that series on with a follow-up leading into the next generation for Nintendo. So here's hoping we see Pit flying around as they reveal Kid Icarus Uprising for the Switch in a direct not too far off. Next up, let's talk about CES and a very strange controller that Dell showed up with, and it's for their concept Nix, which they presented, I think it was last year. It's a server that goes in your house, so I guess you can put it in your basement or just off to the side, and the idea is you can access it from different screens in your house. So rather than have to haul around your PC or this game console, you just connect to the TV and you would have it run through your network. And I think they still have some logistics to work out and explain. And I do question how many people would be jumping on board with just having a server somewhere in their house and moving between displays that way. I kind of feel like most of us are just all in on the idea of building or buying a nice PC, planning it somewhere in the house, and that's just where you play your games. But they did want to show off a controller specifically for it, which you can see here. I guess just the concept Nix controller. And yeah, Engadget did a nice write-up on this thing and video showcasing it. You can kind of see one of the odd things about this is there's no D-pad, and that's something that a lot of people pointed out immediately, because I feel like every controller should have at least a serviceable D-pad. Not everyone is going to have a good D-pad, but just a way for you to press left, up, right, down with just a button press without having to worry about it being a joystick, I think is a must. Instead, they replaced it with a touchpad, which is useful, especially if you have a Steam Deck now and you've never had a touchpad on like a handheld device like that or a controller. This probably made you realize just how much potential there is for it. But to remove the D-pad for it is I don't know, it's a little weird. The font on the A, B, X, and Y button, a little off-putting. They also have RGB all across the bottom, but some of the things I like. All right, so on that bottom, there are two different buttons, kind of hard to see, but they act as scroll wheels almost, and that carries over to the shoulder buttons at the top that do react to touch. So if you want to scroll through pages or sections or parts of the game that are mapped to the scroll wheel, you can just move your fingers along the R and L buttons. And while this is a very strange controller and probably not one I'm going to be checking for much in the future, it is sort of the essence of CES. You show up with a a concept of a product and you get feedback and suggestions, then you go back to the drawing board and see what you can come up with. For me, you got to fit a D-pad somewhere on there because I think there are some pretty cool ideas here, especially with the scroll wheel R and L buttons at the top, but it's a very odd thing to have a controller like that without any kind of physical D-pad there. I mean, I got on the Joy-Cons for just having arrows, but at least buttons, but at least they were physical buttons. So that's my big suggestion here, Dell, and also maybe figure out who exactly wants to buy the Nix server in the first place. Next up, let's talk about Game Freak and a game from the 3DS that they had developed and released years ago, and it's a very odd concept and description for the game, but people seem to like it. The Metacritic score is actually good. It's better than Scarlet and Violet, but it's not going from the 3DS to the Switch. That's typically what you may expect, especially from maybe Game Freak working alongside of Nintendo for other projects. You know, instead, it's going to Apple. Take a look at this. This is posted up over on Nintendo Life. It says the good news is that the cult classic 3DS title Pocket Card Jockey is getting a new modern release with revamped 3D visuals for the horse racing events. The bad news is that it isn't coming to the Switch. Instead, Pocket Card Jockey Ride-On will be released exclusively on Apple Arcade for iOS devices. So they're going to remove the dual screen support. I guess they've worked around the logistics there. They're also revamping, upgrading the visuals somewhat because obviously go from a 3DS screen to an iPhone screen or any of that, it's not going to look the best, but I took a look. Some people were pretty excited about this game just being mentioned again, and I saw some even say it's their favorite 3DS title, so I looked at the Nintendo page for it. Pocket Card Jockey at $7, and it's a mix between solitaire and horse racing. That is, you know what, that's actually creative. I have to give Game Freak credit. As I was pretty rough on them when it came to Pokemon and them following the same formula over and over again. They changed that up a bit, and they also had a solitaire horse racing game just kind of waiting off to the side this entire time, and I didn't even know it. Now, I will say for those disappointed that this is going to Apple Arcade and not necessarily the Switch, because the 3DS shop is shutting down in 2023, so I guess this is a way for Game Freak to at least get it onto a digital storefront that will still exist. Typically, these Apple Arcade deals have some sort of timed exclusivity, so I wouldn't be shocked if a year or so from now, maybe Pocket Card Jockey showed up on the Switch as it is currently. Since they've already done the work to shrink it from 2 screens to 1, that's kind of my thought process in the future. But it is interesting because you don't think about Game Freak when it comes to games outside of Pokemon, but if you look at their track record, they have created games for all kinds of different platforms. In fact, back on the PlayStation, they made this Trauma Center-like game that the name's kind of escaping me now, but I saw that and I was like, that's a weird one. But then you go through the list of all the different titles they've done, and yeah, they've been around for a bit longer than Pokemon. That was really their big break, I would say, and now that's all they're really known for. But hey, I guess good to see that they'll at least have Pocket Card Jockey available somewhere other than the 3DS shop, because that'll be going pretty soon. And in our last bit of news, let's talk about NVIDIA at CES. It's made a couple of announcements, one of which we were definitely expecting, that being a new video card, newish video card. The 4070 Ti is indeed real, and in fact, it's coming out this week. We can see this posted over on Ars Technica. It says NVIDIA announces GeForce RTX 4070 Ti launching January 5th for $700 ever. So they did lower the price by $100. And so here's where we are with video cards now anyway. If it's sub $1,000, seriously, that's where we are, and the performance is decent, it's all of a sudden a good card or good budget card. Budget cards back in the day were $200 or less, so we've come a long way, I guess, in that regard. But I will say, NVIDIA making some pretty lofty promises here, saying that this card at $800 will outperform the 3090 Ti. I would absolutely wait for independent benchmarks before you put a stamp on that one and just go out and start picking up this card. Although at this point, that's their best offering when it comes to their newer 4000 series cards with pricing in mind. Although we'll get all kinds of charts and graphs from some of these independent reviewers that will line it up when it comes to price versus performance. But yes, the 4070 Ti, real as expected, and yeah, it's that 4080 12 gigabyte model. We also had NVIDIA talk about their GeForce Now program. It's a subscription at the ultimate tier that's $20 per month. It allows you to basically use rigs they built in their data center to play games you already own on a platform like Steam. Currently, those rigs have 3080s installed, but NVIDIA did say they were going to upgrade them to RTX 4080s without changing the $20 per month price. So if you're on that now and you're taking advantage of the 3080, you'll just have that plan upgraded and now using an RTX 4080, and that will come with a bunch of extra features, which includes higher frame rate, also G-Sync compatibility they've been working on in order to lower overall input latency, which is the consistent fight when it comes to any of these streaming platforms. However, GeForce Now has been pretty good when it comes to responsiveness, and yeah, especially with the video card market now, I get it. Some people don't mind the idea of cloud gaming in general, and the fact that this allows you to use, I'll say, select games from your library, because it's not all of them, and that's something that we're starting to realize, that the streaming rights situation in the future is, that's going to be a whole thing to figure out there. But for people who are using GeForce Now, it does look like you're at least getting an upgrade to their newest cards. And before we go to the comment of the day, we're going to take a look at the poll that I posted up yesterday, where I asked, have you played any of Game Freak's other games outside of Pokemon? 10% say yes, 39% say no, and then 51% say they make games other than Pokemon. Yeah, that sounds about right. Most people at Game Freak, and they just relate them completely to Pokemon, despite them attempting to make other games. I think two most recent ones they've made that were on the Switch, Giga Wrecker and Little Town Hero. Little Town Hero wasn't very good. I bought it and was just disappointed, so I get why people kind of gloss over that one after it came out. I feel like there was at least some interest in it as we were going towards it can do so. I think Pocket Card Jockey will probably go to the Switch after whatever the timed exclusivity is there with Apple, because it makes sense for them to move it to that platform. I'm sure that many people who had it on the 3DS are now have a Switch, and they'd like to pick it up there too and see how it plays there. But for now, yeah, it's going to Apple Arcade. We'll see what happens whenever that timed exclusivity stuff runs up. And we'll finish up with the comment of the day, as you're seeing here. This is from Panzu, says, I feel like the Square Enix announcement might be the Final Fantasy IX remake that was part of the NVIDIA leak, I think, and rumored for a while in general. It has been rumored for a while. I believe it was part of that NVIDIA leak list. I'm trying to figure out where it fits in, though, in the next year or so, considering we have Final Fantasy 16 and then Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, which I think that's going to be first quarter of 2024. They just say winter right now, so give some space to Final Fantasy 16 and kind of drop that one, I think, in the first quarter or so for the following year. Final Fantasy 9 Remake, I think it'd be interesting to see how far Square takes it. Will they go the route of Final Fantasy 7 Remake and just kind of mess around with the storyline and create a whole new game, essentially? Or will they do more of a remake, but stay very true to the source material, like completely, right? So that's the question there. But the reason I thought Final Fantasy Tactics Remastered is because that's a game that I feel like could fit in between Final Fantasy 16 and between Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth and not take up too much of the spotlight. It's not going to be another big blowout remake or something. It's going to be a remaster, a game that many longtime Final Fantasy fans remember and would really like to see on current platforms. And ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it here for Newswave. If you enjoyed this video, guys, hit that like button. If not, hit the dislike. Leave comments down below about everything we talked about here today, whether it's Dell's Concept Nyx controller. How do you feel about a controller without a D-pad on it? And then also, what about that Bandai Namco Nintendo collaboration? What do you think they're working on? Is it Kid Icarus or is it something else? And then Game Freak's 3DS title making its way to Apple Arcade. Did that surprise you? Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll see you next time.
YouTube has just changed its policies for gaming channels that are going to screw over a lot of gaming channels. A lot of gaming channels that especially do this as a profession, or they do this at